up, my royal family? It's your girl, the Millionaire, and we are back in the palace. In this video, I'll be going over 4 major steps that are very important to becoming a traveling CNA. Unlike most people, I'm not gatekeeping nothing because there's plenty of money out there to be made and we can all get some. Let's go ahead and get into it. The first thing, the most important thing, is to apply for reciprocity. This is putting in your application to get licensed in that state. Now, it's a few states that you can get licensed in for free, and I suggest, not only to you, but I'm going to do the same, is that you apply in the free states first. While you're working, you can pay for the states that you really want to be in, and then you can either not go back to those states if you don't like them, or you'll have the option to go back. Broaden your scope. Don't minimize it to, I just want to work here, I just want to work there, because right now you have to take what you can get, and that's what I'm gonna do. I'm not just gonna say go apply for reciprocity. I'm gonna show you how you can apply for reciprocity. The website that I found most helpful was a site called CNATravelersConvention.com. Get started with your reciprocity, apply in the free states, and as you make your money, go ahead and apply in the states that you really want to be in. I want to see what Alaska is like. If you're paying $330 for a certificate, I'm trying to go and work over there. Step number 2, you need to create an employee binder. This is one that I have that I ordered off Amazon. It actually came in a pack of 2, which you probably saw the other one on the thumbnail, but I gave it to my daughter because she's also starting this journey. It comes with these labels. We have like 5 of these folder covers. It has pockets, and I added some blank sheets of paper in the back, so whenever I start calling recruiters and when I get to that part, I can take notes, who I spoke to, what time, what did they say about what position and what they're willing to offer and different things like that. In this binder, you would need to keep an updated resume, your CEUs, a current physical and TB test, any exemptions you may have, your CNA license, which will be from any state that you have applied and been approved in, just anything that will be important for you when you apply, and your onboarding process to run smoothly. If you have this, you'll be able to grab it and start faxing over, scanning things, putting them in the system to email, or even taking a photo of what you already have. So, good idea. You want to get one of these. I'm not sponsored by Amazon, but I will leave the link to these below in the description bar. Okay, tip number 3 is to keep your day job. I'm already in the medical profession, so I'm not gonna leave just to pursue this career. I'm gonna stay where I am because I'm currently in a facility. For the past 13 years or so, I have been in home, I've been in hospitals, I've been in hospice, I have been in a nursing home, but it was through an agency, so I wasn't there taking care of 10 to 12 patients at a time. I was there to care for 1 patient only. So keep your day job. If you're not in the medical profession already, apply. If you have obtained your CNA license, your HHA license, get in there and get the experience at a hospital, at rehab, in clinics, in home, because you want to broaden your scope. You want to get out and get a feel for every area of this medical profession, because you want to find where you're most comfortable. I'm most comfortable doing in-home care, so I'll be applying to do live-in positions and one-on-one positions. I may apply in hospitals, but not any nursing home or rehabs, simply because it's a heavy workload. I want to enjoy what I do. I want to be comfortable with what I'm doing. And if I'm taking care of 15 to 20 people, even 5 people, I'm going to be overwhelmed and I'm going to hate it. So I'm not applying for anything like that. And I'll be talking about that in my next point when I speak about researching agencies and finding a recruiter. When I mentioned keeping your day job or applying with an agency, you want to apply for the job that you're aspiring to get, whether it's in rehab, in-home care, like I said, hospital settings, clinics, maybe even hospice care. You may want to do that. I've done it, but I get so attached to people that it was hurtful to be taking care of someone one day and then the next day they're gone. I'm not built for that, because I get to a point to where I care too much. I don't know if that's possible, but I don't like that feeling. So I won't apply for hospice either. When you're applying for the in-home care, go through your agency and see if they have a live-in position. Apply for something that may be hourly, or you can apply for something that has a flat rate. Either way, just go in there and get a feel for what you want, because the only limit you have is the one you place on yourself. Like I said before, I'm not gatekeeping, because why? Why do I need to do that? And when a person is gatekeeping, I feel like they want to one-up people. And what I mean by one-upping people is, I'm in this position and I'm this and I'm that and I'm better than you, and you need to get where I'm at, but you won't even tell me how to get where you at. You won't even share the pointers. You won't share the experience. You won't even share the name of agencies. Who cares if we work at the same agency? We ain't gonna be working at the same place. And even if we do, we can travel together. We can, learn from each other. We can sharpen each other, but people don't want to do that nowadays. They just all about themselves. They don't want to help people. They don't want to tell you how to get where they claim they're at. Like I said, I'm dropping you because it's not for me to hold. It's a lot of research, and I just want to take some of the hard work off. I mean, you will have to do stuff yourself, but I want to tell you how to get there. It's up to you. Sky's the limit. And if you're going to put a cap on where you're going, you ain't going to go too far. And step number 4 is to do your research on the agencies as well as recruiters. You want to work for a reputable company. Not going to get too much into that yet, because I haven't really found a company that I'm going to be working for as far as traveling goes. Now, I have spoken to a couple of companies here locally, because like I said, I do work at a facility right now, but I'm trying to get into a position where I can do live-in care, something like that, because that is what I'm going for. So I want to get that experience with living in with a patient or a client here in the state where I live in Florida, before I go to a whole nother state and not have, that feel for what I could possibly be doing, or where I could be staying, or, stuff like that. Even though going from house to house is different, still the experience of being in someone's home 3 or 4 days, maybe 7 days at a time, will be a big help for me. First of all, I'm not used to being away from my children that long, and I'm taking them with me. But if I can't keep them in the client's home with me, then I got to figure out how I can get a place close enough so that I'll be able to commute back there at night when I don't have to be with the client. You're not going to work 24 hours a day around the clock. Like, you may find somebody like that, but from the recruiters and the agencies that I've spoken to so far, you're only going to be on the clock maybe 10 hours or 12, 13 hours or something like that, working hours, and then you're going to have hours where you can rest and sleep. I'll speak more about the research on the agencies once I get to that step, like further in that step. Like I said, I've spoken with some different agencies, but I'm not hired with one at the moment. So that's why I don't even want to get into that. But back to speaking with a recruiter, that's what I want to focus on. When you speak to recruiters, you have to know what questions to ask. Me and my daughter have compiled a list. What are some good questions to ask the recruiter once you get them on the phone? It don't have to be an interview, because they're recruiting. So they're going to be willing to sit on the phone and answer these questions. So do not be afraid to ask, because it's your life. You got to travel, and it's going to be your money. So scared money don't make money. I had a teacher in middle school that used to tell me the only dumb question is the one you don't ask. And that's true, because if you don't ask, how do you get an answer if you don't even say nothing? So let's get into these questions. When speaking to a recruiter, especially before you even start filling out applications, you want to ask them, do they offer stipends or housing assistance? Some people will allow the agency to find them housing. And like I said, I'll speak about the agencies more once I get hired. But from the little bit of research that I've done, when a company finds you housing, they keep the stipend. So if they find you something cheaper or that don't cost nothing, you don't get that extra money for the stipend. You're just going to be staying in some place. I don't know where you're going to be staying at. It might not even be the best place. It may be a good spot, but you won't get the extra money. But if they give you the stipend and you find a place for less than what they paying you, you get to keep the extra money because it's a stipend that's going to help pay for where you live. Since I'm going to be bringing my children, I'm going to be finding my own place to live. That could be an Airbnb. It could be a nice upscale hotel. As long as your stipend covers where you live and you're comfortable with it, I say take it. I'm going to be on Groupon. I'm going to be looking on Airbnb for a place to stay because they're going to be paying you these stipends on a weekly basis. In some places, you pay $300 or $400 for the week, but they give you $600, $700, $800 a week for the stipend, so you get to keep that extra money. Now, what they are not going to do is give you money to pay for a place to stay, and then you don't use the money because it's like they just giving you money and that's pointless. They're going to be probably upset with you for getting their money and not actually paying for a place to stay. So you can't go stay with a relative or nothing like that and say, oh, I'm paying this person, because I'm pretty sure they're going to want receipts for what they gave you. So don't try to cut no corners, just do it the right way, and that way you'll be able to keep the extra money. Also, you want to ask about length of the contract. From what I've seen, some contracts can be 4 weeks, some can be 8 weeks, some go all the way up to 13 weeks. Like I said, I haven't been hired at a traveling agency yet. I haven't taken any contracts yet, so I don't know. That's just from my research, and that's a question you want to ask. I don't know how long you want to be away from your family. Like I said, I'm not used to being away from my children for an extended amount of time, so that's why I'm taking them with me, because I don't see myself out of state and my children in another place. I'm hands-on, so if something were to occur or they need me, I need to be able to get back to them. So if they're with me, then I'm okay with that. A very important thing you want to know is, what am I going to be doing? I'm telling you now, I don't want to do any total care. Whether I'm in a hospital or in someone's home, I do not want to be responsible for any total care needs, because I'm older than I look. If you want to know how old I am, then ask in the comments. I'm not just going to volunteer the information. I don't really care about saying how old I am, but if you want to know, just ask. I need my knees and my back and my shoulders. And being a CNA all these years, it's a lot of wear and tear on your body, and you have to be careful, especially if you're trying to be in this for the long haul. So that's why I'm saying I'm not doing no total care, because people are heavy. Sometimes you need more than one person to move another person because it's dead weight. If a person is heavy and they fall, if they're not stable, you are going to hurt yourself. So I'm not into doing any total care, whether it's a facility or in home. I'm not doing it. So it's important to ask, what is my assignment? Make it plain. Oh, you also want to ask the company or the recruiter if they assist with reciprocity. That would be another way to get it for free, from like how I'm viewing it, because if you're not paying for it, then it's free. So like I said, do the states, apply in the states that you can apply in for free. But if it's a state where you can't apply for free, just ask the recruiter, do they assist with that? Because if they really need people as bad as they say they do, they may be willing to pay for it. And one last question too, you want to ask them how you're going to be scheduled. Like if you go to assist in a facility, you want to know how they're going to staff you, how you're going to be used. I've heard story that people have gone to facilities, to do 8 or 12-hour shifts. Mostly when they do 8-hour shifts, they've been staffed for doubles, and they were not asked. They were just scheduled to do doubles, and the manager at the facility never even asked them, did they want to do a double? They just scheduled them for a double. And when I spoke to a recruiter today, I didn't apply at the agency. I just called. I was told by the recruiter they only submit you for the job. They have no control over what days you work, how many days you work, or none of that. That is up to the manager at the facility that you have submitted a contract with. So again, I'm not doing any rehab, nursing home, long-term care. I'm not applying for that. I'm not. For that reason, I would rather not be in a facility, and then I don't want someone scheduling me and not asking me, do I want to do that? Because if I'm under contract and you put this pressure on me like this, I want to fulfill my contract or whatever, but you're gonna make me back out real quick, because you're not going to tell me what to do with all of my time. Like, I'm there to assist and to help your facility because you obviously need help, but you are not gonna get me there and dish rag me because you know that I'm a traveler and I'm probably getting paid 2 or 3 times more than the people who are on staff with your facility. I'm not doing it. Not gonna rant and rave. I don't want this video to be all extra long because I know my last one was almost like 30 minutes. That's about it for right now. I will be making more of these videos because like I'm on this journey and it's hard to find stuff about the traveling nurse industry. The stuff I've been finding is like years old, about 9 or 10 months old. Like, nobody is really being consistent with putting this content out there for like people like me who really want to know and don't really have nobody to talk to, you know, as far as getting the information and knowing the steps and stuff like that. So like I said, I'm not gonna gatekeep nothing. I'm going to give you the information as I get it. Even with the mistakes I make, I'm going to let you know so that you don't make the same mistakes. I feel like people aren't really putting this type of content out because, like I said, they want to feel like they're one-upping you. They're in a better position than you, and they scared that if they let you know how they got to where they are, that you're going to surpass what they've done. And I'm not like that. Your journey is your journey, just like mine is my own journey. So there's no point in me not getting the information out there, because I'm sure there are people just like me who want to get into the travel nursing profession and stuff like that, and there is no one close by that they could talk to, because even though the profession is more sought after now than it used to be years ago, and people don't want to tell people about it. So the traveling industry is way more popular than what we found so far on YouTube. So like I said, I am going to be giving y'all updates on everything. Speaking to recruiters, I'm gonna come back with a list of agencies and stuff like that, because I want us all to be successful. And as a Christian, not just in the physical world, but also spiritually. So I'm gonna just end it there. Hopefully I gave you some tips and stuff that you can use. I hope it's beneficial to you. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. Leave me a comment if it's something that you want me to talk about. I'm willing to do the research because I want to know for myself. So if it's something you want me to look for and get back with you, then leave a comment. I'm just trying to make it easy. Like I said, I'm dropping jewels and I'm trying to live my life without limits, because at this point, the only way to go now is up. Peace.